All right, everybody, what is going on? Hope you are doing fantastic. Guys, in today's live stream, what I'm going to do is something that I do for the most part, guys, every single year. I like to do it just because it's fresh, there's nuances, it's important, and that is showing you actually at the end of the day how you can optimize your GBP for 2026, right? So, pretty much I'm going to be covering 5 different steps. Okay. I think it's really important for what I'm going to be sharing with you simply because every single step builds upon the next one. So, what I mean by that is step one is going to set the foundation. The step two is going to really continue building that solid foundation. Step three is going to get a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more advanced. Step four and step five are really just putting it on steroids and letting the algorithm run free, which is really cool, right? But as I like to say, you can't build $1 billion, well, not $1 billion house. There's no such thing. Or there might be one in India. I think the guy who's a billionaire owns $1 billion residential house. But anyway, you can't build $1 million property without laying $1 million foundation first. So, all analogy, let's get started. Here we are, and I have all the Google Business Profile set up. So let me go to our Philadelphia one. And the first thing we're going to be talking about, guys, step number one is you want to lock down GBP trust and eligibility. This is just setting the foundation, right? So as you guys can see, what you want to do is you want to make sure your NAPA, your name, address, and phone number is consistent across multiple different platforms. Okay, we're not just talking about the GBP, we're also talking about the website, name, phone number. The address is here somewhere. Trust me. Not just this, but also on social medias. You can see our Instagram, right? Here we go. Same address, name, address, phone number. Got it? For the citations, for websites, for the GBP, all this stuff. Social media is very, very important, right? So this is the first step. The second step, and guys, I see a lot of people making this mistake, is you want to make sure you have a correct primary category. Okay, so as you can see here, there's primary category, and then there's a bunch of different additional categories as well. So for us, we're an internet marketing service, right? We're a marketing agency. And then at the end of the day, guys, very, very important, you want to make sure to the best of your ability that this is a huge ranking factor for you and you're doing it correctly. Because you don't want to put something that you kind of half-ass in and then it ends up not being the one thing you do and then you're ranking for it and it just doesn't make sense, right? The next thing what you guys want to do is you want to make sure, if you go to location here, that you add in the areas that you serve. Okay, so you don't want to add any keyword stuffing. You don't want to add any, stuff that you don't service. Don't try to put the entire, I see some people, they just do the entire United States. That doesn't work. That's not going to work. Okay, so you want to make sure, because this is Philly, we're doing Camden County, Delco, Montgomery County, Chester, Bucks, all the different counties of, for the most part, close to Philadelphia, right? And then the one thing you guys want to do is make sure your hours of operation are correct. Also adding in special hours if you need. Momentum 360, this has been our schedule for the past 5 years. We aren't going to change it. We're open 24/7 for you guys, right? Because at the end of the day, Google ranks trust before optimization, okay? At the end of the day, you want to lay a solid foundation here, guys, and making sure Google knows, without a shadow of a doubt, you are an internet marketing service in Philadelphia. And we're going to kind of build upon this in a second. But that's step number one. Step number two, which I mentioned a couple of videos back, is optimizing for AI and search intent. So what does that exactly mean? That means if you go to profile and then you actually go all the way down here, here where it says description, you want to rewrite your business description using natural language and intent-based keywords, okay? So what does that mean? Small business and real estate marketing company in Philadelphia. That's a keyword right there. You want to use stuff just like that. You don't want to keyword stuff too much because Google is going to pick up on it. The other thing is you don't want to just use ChatGPT or Gemini to pump something out for you because it's going to mark it as spam. Okay. The other thing that you guys want to do too is you want to add in problem solution wording. This is how customers search, right? So people will search, oh, how do virtual tours help? How does digital marketing help? But the fact that I'm saying these virtual tours help our clients showcase their business online while also allowing them to rank higher on Google with SEO and get more followers on social media. This sentence right here is showing them a keyword-based problem solution paragraph in description, right? Very, very important about that. Because guys, at the end of the day, you're not just optimizing for your Google business profile, you're optimizing for AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, all these different platforms from AI, right? Very, very important you do that. The next thing I'll say to kind of finish out step number 2 is the GBP now feeds AI answers. It doesn't just feed Google Maps. So let me explain what that is. And I'll just say it again. The Google business profile now feeds AI answers, not just maps. So what I mean by that is if I was to Google here, best virtual tour company in Philadelphia, right? Instead of it just having the Google business profile for the best, businesses, virtual tour companies in the city, it will have the AI section first, which Momentum's ranking number 1 for, obviously, right? So it's very important to make sure you guys are dominating SEO from an AI perspective as well. The AI overview, the AI modes, ChatGPT, Gemini. You want to make sure you're found across all these different platforms. How do you do it? Step number 1, step number 2, and then just do the rest of the steps that I talk about in this video, and you guys will be on your way to having really successful AI SEO. All right. Guys, step number 3 to optimizing your Google business profile in 2026 is dominate reviews, volume, velocity, keywords. Okay. You want to create a review acquisition system, whether it's a QR code, SMS text message, email after your services are rendered, right? You want to make sure that you're also coaching your customers to mention the services you do and the locations you provide. So if I was to say, oh, John Smith, it was a pleasure to work with you. Thanks for having us do a virtual tour at your house in Center City. I have John say, hey, can you mention something about the service and the location? So he would say something along the lines of Momentum 360 was able to give us a great virtual tour of our Center City house in Philadelphia. The virtual tour looked great. It's going to help us sell above market value for less days on market, right? Something like that. Again, this is coaching that you're a solution-based company, the services you provide in the location that you do, right? And you want it to be very natural. You don't want to just keyword stuff in there because Google's actually really good at, sniffing that stuff out. The next thing for step 3 is you want to respond to every single review using keywords in trust signals. So let me show you what this means. And I'll be honest, we need to do a better job at this ourselves. But let's just say that we have this review here from Art Martinez, right? He said a lot of good stuff about us, blah, blah, blah. I would respond, because he's a client of ours, say, thanks, Art, for your kind words. It was a pleasure to do business with you and provide drone services in Philadelphia. I hope now you're able to get more leads from the drone services we offered and get more social media followers, whatever the case is, right? So, because guys, at the end of the day, what this is doing, what I just did is adding in solutions. Oh, he did the service. What are the results of it, right? All this stuff is very, very, very important, right? I mentioned Philadelphia. I mentioned the service that we provided. I mentioned how we were able to help him, so on and so forth, right? The next thing you want to do is you want to recover missing or filtered reviews. So I'll show you guys really quickly how to go and do this. If you're missing reviews It's very simple. What you want to do is just type it on Google Business Profile Help. You want to click this button right here. You want to type in review missing, delayed reviews, whatever the case is. You want to scroll all the way down. You want to either post to the help community or you want to contact us, right? Those are the two things you can do. Because at the end of the day, guys, reviews are your strongest conversion and ranking asset. It's very, very important you do this too, okay? Very, very important you do this. Yeah, cool. So that was step number 3. Step number 4, you want to geo-optimize with posts, updates, and photos. Okay, so what do I mean by that? You want to add weekly GBP posts and updates to the actual business profile. Okay, so you want to upload geotagged photos consistently, videos, photos, what have you, right? And then add in short videos, and then use Local Falcon to find weak map zones that you aren't ranking in that you need to start ranking in. So I won't do it in this video, but a huge tip is use GeoImager to add in the coordinates of your photo and then add a keyword as well so you can actually show Google in the AI system you do virtual tours in Philadelphia because it's a key phrase tagged photo with the coordinates and the location in the photo. Very, very important you guys understand that, all right? And then as time goes on, I would just like to say start to post a couple times a week, maybe every day. It's all based on the business that you guys want to run at the end of the day. The nice thing, which is cool too, is you want to essentially show the algorithm with proof that you are who you say you are. If you do virtual tours in Philadelphia, show them. Show them that you're doing a virtual tour in a residential house in Center City, whatever the case is, right? You want to show with proof you are who you say you are, okay? Because at the end of the day, activity equals relevance plus visibility. I'm going to say that again. Activity on the Google Business Profile equals relevance plus visibility, okay? So that's step number 4. Step number 5 is you want to track, test, and expand the map coverage. So like I mentioned in previous live streams, guys, you want to actually use a platform you can quite literally see for yourself. And I'm a very visual person. That's why I like using Local Falcon. They're not a sponsor of this video, but they are damn good at what they do. So use Local Falcon to monitor grid rankings, identify where your competitors outrank you. You can add supporting pages on your website for weak areas, something like that. And you can also adjust your services photos and post monthly if it's not a good fit, right? Because guys, at the end of the day, map rankings are dynamic. You want to optimize it like advertisements, right? Adding in offers, adding in, oh, it's the holidays, like what do we have to offer? Stuff like that, right? So I'll show you guys real quick what this looks like. So this is a door company, a door manufacturer, and as you can say, they're just dominating the Charlotte area, which was funny. They were, I think, outside of the top 10 when they came to us, and here we are, we're ranking number 1 for them. Okay. So guys, that's pretty much it for the most part. I would say that's 5 ways that you guys can actually optimize, not just for ChatGPT, not just for Gemini, not just for Google, but for all of 2026. If you guys got any value out of this video, hit subscribe, like the video, comment below if you have any questions. And if you guys need any marketing stuff, SEO, ads, social media, new website, whatever it is, and you can't want to do it yourself, call me directly, 215-607-6482, as well as send me an email at sean@needmomentum.com. Be well. God bless. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll talk